This question was, how do I build different attack moves? And I am not exactly sure what that means, but I think it might mean something like fight combos. Like, how do you string together a series of button presses in order to do something else? And so that's how I'm going to answer this one. And basically, what I'm going to show in this tutorial is how to build a list of button inputs over a period of time. And then what you could do is define all your different combos and see if they match what just happened. And I'm not going to do any graphics on this. This is going to be completely code based, so that you can see just how to collect a series of button presses over time. But in order to put any code, and actually I can just put it on the main camera. So I will create a C# script and we can call it combo controller. And the idea is that we're going to create an array list, store our button presses in there if it matches, some criteria, and set a timer as soon as we get the first button press. And then when that timer elapses, we'll look inside of that array list and see what we have. And that's kind of the gist of what's going to happen here. So I'll just apply it to the camera so it's always running, and then I'll open it up in here. And so we're going to need to create an array list for this class. So we'll say array list, and it's going to be private because we don't need to access it anywhere else. And we can call it combo equals new array list. And this is going to allow us to just start pushing stuff into this list as we need to. And that way we can have combos that are, one button press, or we can have 100. Doesn't really matter. So we'll start out just by sketching this in, and then we'll put in some details here in a sec. So something like, let's say we're going to use the up arrow as part of our combo. So we'll do our standard input.get key down. Key down, key code, dot up arrow. And then let's add this to our list. So we'll say combo dot add key code dot up arrow. Like that, and then let's do a print combo. Print combo method, and I'll come down here and make a new one, void print combo. And this is just going to be a way to start so we can see that the array list is getting populated correctly. Print combo, and so we can do something like for each key code, key code k in combo, and we'll say debug.log k. And then the other thing I will print up here is just a little header, current combo. That way we know what's happening. And I think that should be okay. So this is it. We've got our array list. Anytime we see the up arrow being pressed, we add it to our combo list, and then we call print combo. So if we hit it once, we should come in here and see one of these. If we hit it twice, we should see two of those. So let's see what happens in reality. So I'm going to go to my console, and I've disabled this collapse so that we can actually see what's going on. Up arrow, and we see nothing. And what is going on? Did I not save? Well, let's see what's happening here. Let's try to run this thing again. Should have went. My console. Very strange. Got my script. Well, let's move this out and see what is happening here. See that? Yep. So this is very bizarre. What is happening? Get key down. Probably something very obvious that I can't see. Let's type it in again. Put dot get key down, key code dot up arrow. Do something. Okay. So then let's try this. Let's say combo dot add key code dot up arrow. Okay, well, there you go. I have no idea why it wasn't working before, but that's all right. It is working now. So, so this is how it's supposed to work, and it should have been working before, but who knows what was going on. But anyways, so the first time I hit the up arrow, it's going to print out 1 up arrow. The second time I hit it, it's going to put 2, and then if I hit it again, every time it's going to add 1. And that's because we're just keep adding to this list. Every time we hit it, we just keep adding to it. And so if we want to have, and we could do something else too, we could, put in here, what if we push the down arrow? Then we can say our combo, let's say if it's up, down, up, up, down, then our current combo, the last time we printed out, is up, down, up, up, down. So it is remembering the sequence. And now really what we need to do, and you can put as many keys in this as you want to, or letters, or buttons, or whatever it is, but the idea is that you only want to have a certain amount of these. Well, you can have as many as you want, but within a certain amount of time. Otherwise, you'll never make the actual move. And so what we want to do is start a timer when we get the first button press, and let it run for a certain amount of time. Like I'll let it run for a second. So we'll keep track of all the buttons that were pressed within that second. And so for right now, we'll say we'll need a Boolean to let us know if we've actually started the timer or not. And if we haven't, we'll start it. If it's already started, we'll just keep adding to the list. So bool timer started equals false. And inside of here, in each of these button handlers, we'll say, if the timer's not started, then we should start the timer. And we'll put it in both of these. And we'll have to write a start timer function. So void start timer. And what is this going to do? Well, we'll say timer started equals true. So we'll start it twice. And then we'll say combo watch start coroutine combo watch. And we'll make our coroutine. Remember, it's an IEnumerator. Combo watch. And then the first line will be a yield, return, new, wait 4 seconds, and then the amount of time that we're going to allow the player to do combos. This is a second, which is huge and would probably never work in a real game, but for this illustration, we'll put it in there as a second. And then once we're done, we want to activate the combo. So we'll write new function, void, activate combo. And this is when we're done, so we want to print out our combo. Timer started equals false. And the other thing we want to do is clear our combo list. And I'm going to come back up here and delete all these print combos because they don't really make any sense anymore. But we're pretty much done. So what's going to happen is the first time we run this thing, we have this empty list. Our timer is not started. if we either get an up arrow or a down arrow, and our timer is not started, we're going to start the timer. It comes down here. Set our variable to true, start our coroutine combo watch, which is going to give us 1 second until we activate the combo. During that second, we can hit these buttons as many times as we want. And then when that second elapses, we'll activate the combo, print it out, we'll clear it, and then we'll set our timer start equal to false, which lets us start over again. So that's the idea, and let's go here and see if it actually works. So if I just hit the up arrow once and wait a second, we get an up arrow. If I hit it twice, we'll get 2 up arrows. And so the list is actually getting cleared out each time. So if I just do 1 down arrow, we'll get 1 down arrow in our list. Now if I wanted to do up, up, down, down, now we have up arrow, down, down. So now we can do as many combos as we want and put them in a second. Now maybe a second is too much. Maybe you want to have it in a quarter second or something. Oops. So, but the thing is, you know, as long as you're looking for combos, you will have a little bit of a delay in response time. So for example, if I only wanted to do an up arrow, there's going to be a quarter second where it's waiting to show it here. And then if I want to do 2 up arrows, we get 2. Up, down, up. So up, down, up, I was too slow on that one. So all I got was up, down, and then the second up arrow came in after, because these took less than a quarter of a second, but when I added in this one, it was over a quarter of a second. So that's how you can get, you know, different types of things going on, and better players who can react more quickly will be able to get more button presses done within a certain amount of time. So now that you have these things, I'm not going to do it because I think this was what the question was just, you know, how do I keep track of these combos? Now you would probably define a couple of arrays or lists of the button presses that refer to the different types of combos that you're looking for. And so instead of just doing this print combo here where we print stuff out, you'll probably want to do something like check combo or something, or even put it in here where you go through each of your key codes in your combo, compare it to the predefined combos, and if they're the same, if they all have the same elements, then you can make some sort of statement at the end like, oh, this sequence matches combo 1, something like that. So that's the idea with how to do combos.